I'll bring you on. What's up? All right, I'm going to give it a minute for you healers to jump on because I know we're switching broadcasts. And as we're doing that, I am going to pick some more winners, some more giveaways because I'm obsessed with being Santa. And it's so cute because whenever I ask Madeline, what does Santa say? She says, ho, ho, ho. So I love it. Hello. Yes, this is going to be awesome. All right, so we're going to pick some more winners. So I'm going to pick 1, 2, and then I've got one from social media. All right, here we go. So we've got Elizabeth Saida Hall. Did I say that right? I don't know. I hope I said it right. She reposted on Instagram and tagged me about the summit and these amazing speakers. So congratulations. You're going to win some swag. So just email support@momsandheels.com. We're also writing it down. And we're going to pick one right now because I just picked that one. This is 702-66150. You want a Sip and Slay mug, and your name is Lisa Richards. Congratulations for your Sip and Slay mug, which is my favorite go-to every single morning. So with that being said, let's get right to it. Deni Robinson. Let me just tell you a little bit about this woman because she inspires me every single time I see her. The way that she hugs me when I see her makes me feel so warm and loved. Like, seriously, you got to get a hug from her, literally. And it lights me up. And I'm like besties with her daughter now because we were pregnant at the same time. So we were going through all the pregnancy drama together. And she's pregnant again. Yes, she's pregnant again, right? Oh my gosh. She's so cute. I love her. And so I'm just honored that she said yes to be here because this woman is a freaking boss. She's an internationally renowned speaker, self-made millionaire. She's sought after for her raw and authentic guidance. Why do you think I love her? Like from head to toe. I do. I love her. Everything about her. She's a global international keynote speaker in arenas that packed over 12,000 people. Can you hear what I'm saying right now? And she's at my summit. She's on my summit. So I'm so honored. I'm going to bring her on. Deni, how are you?
Girlfriend, well, listen, I just love you. And I can't believe that you invited me to be part of this. I'm so honored.
I'm just honored because you know what? I think that what I've loved so much about watching you and seeing you and just seeing how you build is that you pivot because how long have you been in the industry?
Well, I got started in direct sales when I was 20, living in a 40-foot travel trailer with a baby.
Oh my gosh, I love it. So we're definitely going to hear your story. So this is what I love so much and why I brought Deni on. You're one of the network marketers that shifts with the times, pivots, and your social media presence is like fire. It just literally just draws us in. So I'm so honored to have you here. Would you mind sharing a little bit about your story for sure so everyone can get to know you more?
I will. So guys, just really briefly, so I know a lot of you are young moms on here, and I was too. And hopefully my story will inspire some of your story. I got started in direct sales when I was 20 years old. I lived in, like I said, a 40-foot travel trailer. My husband and I had gotten married and had a baby, and he was working Highline Construction. And I went to a direct sales party, and probably like many of you, we didn't have any money for stuff. And I wanted the free stuff. And I heard if you did 6 parties, you could, get this stuff. Then I went to a meeting and I found out that managers drove company cars. And I thought, well, that's what I want to do. And actually within just a couple of months, I had my first company car. And I told my husband, I can make money with this. If you'll go back to school, I'll put you through. And Marina was actually able to put her through college and graduate school, come out of graduate school with no debt and actually money in the bank. But to tell you guys about that story a little bit, in direct sales, during that time when we were still kind of working, and going to school and graduate school, we moved 5 different times. And in direct sales, I had to leave all of my people. So I had to start over in cold markets every single time. And there was no social media. Back then our social media was, we called it the 3-foot rule, Marina. It was, with someone within 3 feet of you, you talked with them. If not, you just moved a little closer. And so I just always got really, really good at making friends. I was raised with a mother. There was no stranger danger as there is these days, and good reason for that. But I was raised with a stranger was just a friend you hadn't met yet. So Maria, that's how I got started. And then later on, I was at a meeting with top managers in my space in Dallas, and we were all saying, if this was one of those network marketing things, I'd be doing a lot better, because in my space, not only did I help people who got company cars like I did, and who even did better because they stayed in one area, I would lose them, and I would lose their sales, and I would lose that residual aspect. When I got the vision of networking, it became very attractive to me. So that's a little bit about myself. I now have 4 grown children, Marina. By April, we'll have 10 grandchildren. And so hopefully coming to you today, I've got clarifying vision. I've got that 30,000-foot flyover vision of not only what happens in your own families, but also in business. When you stay the course over time, putting consistent, diligent, focused effort into your family and your business. Marina, you're muted, baby.
Thank you. So I'm going to jump off as you're speaking, because it keeps coming in and out. And I don't know if it's my side, but we'll just do it this way. But I love that. 10 grandbabies. Oh my gosh. Is that not the best? I just literally can't even, I can't wait. My mom says it's the best ever.
It's the best ever.
Yeah.
It is the best ever. So much fun.
Wow, 10. I love it. Okay. So we've got some questions. The healers, they were like, okay, they've got some questions for you, because, you've been in the industry. You've been in your company
I've been in my company for 11 years this week, my current.
11 years. I mean, that's incredible, and, I know there's a lot of shiny pennies that are out there, especially on social media. There can be like the highlight reel that people see of, I'm making this money. Oh, this money. So for you to be with your company for 11 years, be in this industry, there had to have been some obstacles, right? There had to have been some things that have knocked you down. Even when you already found that success, I'm sure there were obstacles, and so I guess one of the main questions, and I wrote it down, was, what was the biggest obstacle that you had to overcome, and what were some of the steps that you had to take?
So like with any of us, and we're having children, so you guys, I have 4 children, but 3 of those I had in 3 years. Busy times. And so, of course, you have to learn to be, again, you guys, motivation isn't what's always going to make it happen. It's going to be discipline. And you're going to have to be highly disciplined. And I think what has to happen is you have to know exactly what it is you want. Because I always tell people, unless you can clearly see what you want, because the feet will follow where the eyes are going. And I often, people often say they want this elusive whatever. And I'll say, do you know what that looks like? If it's a rank in your company, do you know what that structure looks like? Because how can you attain it if you don't even know what it is? So one thing, Marina, that I think I've always been very good is having this great, big, amazing vision. But I'm very good then about dialing it in to the minutia, the stuff that's not fun. Because as you know, it's the minutia where you guys, shit gets done, right? It's the things when it's not fun. It's when we're not looking glamorous like we are today, Marina, right? We're in our Uggs and our messy buns, and we're just doing the do. Because, all of us who have been successful will tell you, you can't just talk the talk or walk the walk. You've got to do the do. And more than that, I will tell you that you've always got to be leading from the front. I will never ask anybody to do anything that I'm not currently doing or really have done successfully. I will just always lead by example, because right now, and wherever you are in your business, the whole intent of this is to go from a follower to a leader of followers to a leader of leaders. And there is that progression that happens. And then later on, for me in network marketing, the beautiful thing about this is the ability to plant a seed and water it well, and tend it, that can grow into a tree that literally can leave shade for generations. all of you right here, we're here with Marina, the shade for the women and the men that she's been able to leave. And, it's one thing as I get to travel around this world, I get to meet people, but to understand the enormity is I'm literally impacting lives unborn. I've seen that with my own family legacy happening. The steps I took, the consistency and the diligence, literally there were times, Marina, that I would leave my 4 little children. And like many of you that were latched onto my leg, literally begging me and crying, not to leave. And it would have been easy. It would have been easy to say, Mommy's dreams they're not important. But to see now, again, with that clarifying vision of who my children have become, what they believe is possible for them. I only have the one networker, but the other ones, to see the leaders that they've become in their own right, I wouldn't trade that for a second, because it's all in the becoming.
I love that you said impacting lives unborn and shade for generations. That like hit home for me. I was like, it isn't just about my kids, it's about their kids and theirs. And that's powerful.
And not only our children, but the lives of those other people that, we brought in when they're single or have little children, as I'm seeing that all happen. And it's to know that this amount of significant contribution. People often ask me at this point, Deni, you're going to retire? And I'll say, retire from what?
Yeah.
Literally what? Traveling the world, staying at amazing places, and literally being able to not travel as just as a tourist, but to go and see things through other people's eyes. When I meet with other people and they talk about where they travel maybe once a year, now not during our current circumstances, but it's just such an amazing, rich life. And, even knowing that this week is my 11th year in this business, Marina, at this time, when this company came into my life, I didn't have to do it. My husband, went to graduate school. He owns a large accounting firm. But for me, it was I found something that I thought there is nothing more impactful or important that I can do with my time. And I literally shudder to think who I would be if I didn't get involved, and the lives that I've touched. Because as you know, people call me and say, you don't know me, but you told someone who told someone who told someone, and this is what this has done for me, whether either the product or the business opportunity. And when you guys start to understand that the only time that this business was about you was when someone told you about your business. The rest of your career, if you want to be successful, is about serving other people. I always tell people, I want you to have those big, audacious goals, and I have them written on your mirror, have them written places. But when you leave your door, when you pick up that phone, it's got to be about whom can I help and whom can I serve. And I promise you, if it's more about other people than it is about you, as Ziegler will say, you can have anything in life, if you help enough people get what they want. And I certainly have found that to be true, Marina. Yeah.
And the only time it was about you was when it was brought to you. And it's so funny. Every speaker we're all like in the same kind of line and circle of the impact. I think with 2020, for me, it made me want to give more, do more, be more, because, you and I are in a place where we can do more and be more. Yeah. Right. And I think I needed the wake up call a little bit to remind me of, this is why you're here, boo. This ain't about you. Yeah. Like, it ain't about you. It's about others. And when I think about all the people, my husband actually said this, he said, you think about even the people that said no, at some point, they're going to say yes somewhere. And maybe you were the first one that kind of got it to them. And I think about some of my friends. I have some good friends of mine. We're not in the same company, but they ended up saying yes 10 years later to this industry because of maybe seeing me do it. And so it's so true. The shade for generations, so true of all of that. And I love when you speak. I could listen to you all day.
Well, and because you talked about my daughter, Marina, again, part of that legacy piece, Alyssa went to college. She got a corporate position. But then she had come to me and she said, Mom, do you think that I could do what you do? Do you think I could change lives like you do? But she said, I love the person that you've become, you
Mm.
know? And you guys, again, our children are watching. They're watching what we do and what we become far more than what we tell them. And to see my daughter step into her greatness and be able to follow the path that many of you here are doing, now that she has two little children, you know, when she was pregnant with that first one time, she called me and said, she was crying. She's like, Mom, thank you. I can't imagine right now. I'm about to have this baby and I would be struggling with the daycare and, you know, asking the boss for the time off. And I don't have to do this. So is this easy? No, it's tough. But when you get to choose your hard and you choose it, it's pretty exciting what can happen, isn't it, Marina?
No, it really is. Oh, gosh. I'm gonna cry. Okay, holding it in. So, how do you keep yourself motivated or disciplined? Because I think motivated, I think, is kind of sometimes maybe overused. It's more disciplined. So, what would you say has helped you stay disciplined?
Early on, it has to be that burning desire for success that you want to change your life. You're either running towards a dream or you're running from a nightmare. And so what is that for each of you that are on this? You know, I believe that discipline truly in any business, you know, I'm actually here in one of our offices here in town, but to see my husband who's got a graduate degree, my son who has a graduate degree, discipline for anyone that I know who's ever reached any real semblance of achievement is so important. Discipline is doing what you said you were going to do, you know, when the motivation wears off, because I believe that discipline will always separate the winners from the losers. And, you know, all of you that are on this today, I hope you're asking yourself, have I come this far to only come this far? Because Marina, just like you, I believe there's greatness inside of everybody. And, but every day it is about working on our skills, our discipline, and consistency. Because for those of you who go to the gym, it's not always motivation that's going to get you to go to the gym if you're going at 5:30 or 6 in the morning. It's a lot easier to roll over. But it's when you've said, I'm disciplined and I'm committed, that's when things start to get done. And so Marina, really, that's what I would say. Motivation wears off, but discipline of I'm going to work this many hours, I'm going to contact this many people because I know I have a goal. And once you decide and have declared it, that I'm not going to, doesn't matter if one person, 5, 10, 100 people, 1,000 people tell me no, that you know where you're going. It's an amazing, freeing place because I know that I have a gift and I'm just looking for people who are looking for me. And so that's what it is, Marina. I know where I'm going. I know very clearly. I know because my why has always been so clearly defined in front of me. And for those of you who have small children in that, maybe in that next room, you don't have to look very far. And when you put them on the top of that mountaintop, it doesn't matter if you're going to have to zig and you're going to zag and there's mud rolling down and there's rocks. You know where you're going, but it's got to be something so compelling that you're going to take those steps.
And it doesn't mean it's not going to hurt. It's not going to be painful. It doesn't mean you're not going to break a nail, break a toe, or break a leg, right? It just means that pain's going to push you while the vision pulls you.
Oh, Marina, and just like you, if I were to tell everyone, all the people who've told me no, you know, I would be over in the corner in fetal position probably, right?
Oh, totally.
And people say no to you. Your family says no to you. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah. They don't care how much you make because they don't believe in themselves that they can even make that much. So I don't even tell people. Like that's like when I'm prospecting, I'm not like, hey, I'm a top income earner and no, it turns them off because they can't even comprehend it.
No.
I love that. All right. So the final question. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready, darling.
I love this. I think you answered this a little bit, but the part that I love, what were some of the first steps that you took in the beginning for recruiting, for enrollment? So some say recruiting, some say enroll, some say business partner, sponsoring, right? So what were some of those first steps that you took?
You guys, again, we didn't have social media back then. I've just been always really good at making friends. I have found that in life, if you are more interested than interesting, it gets you a long way. And if you ask what's happening in their life, what their wants, needs, and desires are, people are going to ask about you and what's going on in your life. But again, if it's always about your agenda, I can tell you, as I mentioned, when you go out the door or make that phone call, if it's all about you, people can smell that on you like cheap perfume, and it's bad, right? And so for me, it's always been about making friends. Now, you can do that on social media now, which is the way we do have to build. But that one skill has taken me a long way. So it's about making friends. Literally, Marina, back in the day when I was starting over, I used to take my van in front of, Walmart's, grocery stores, open them up and meet people. I used to knock on people's neighborhoods. I used to drive into them to try to find what looked like families with toys out front or swing sets and just be of service to people. And I mean, that truly is how I've grown my business. And it's always about following up, as you said. Some of my biggest leaders have truly come in years later, not when I first initially approached them. And so it's got to be about keeping those relationships, you guys. And again, it's not all about you. It's about serving people where they are and taking them where they might want to be. So again, this is not about you. It's not about your agenda. You guys just go out and be of service to people. And I believe that's how you'll really start to grow a big business.
I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here. I'm honored, literally so honored. I wish I could give you a squeeze right now. I can't wait till we can be in person because I definitely miss you and Alyssa so much. You're such an amazing human. And I'm just so grateful that we crossed paths and that I got to meet you because you're amazing. And I appreciate you so much.
Me too, my girlfriend. Well, listen, everyone, I cannot stress enough. Stop waiting for a big builder to come into your business. Be the big builder,
Yes.
because your vision will be loud and clear. Now more than ever, people are looking for people with vision who know where they're going, who know that they're not going to be derailed when they break a nail, right? That they are very clearly aligned with what they want in their life. So again, with that, Marina, thank you so much, my dear. Love you. Proud of you.
Thank you. Love you too. All right, guys. Wow. This is like crazy emotional. Deni's amazing. Her story is powerful. I want each of you to realize that every story that's coming here, there was a beginning and there's a middle. There's never an end, but there's a beginning and there's a middle to where we're at. So I want you to know that we've all started where you're at now. You can be on these stages. You can be where we are. With that said, I'm starting to see a little bit of negativity in the group about technology, and I'm just going to call it out right now. I understand that it's not perfect, and I know that it can suck a little bit because Facebook isn't notifying you guys like they should be. We are doing our best. We're reposting it in the group when we go live. We are posting it in the announcement section, and we're doing all the things. So do me a favor. Take a deep breath and realize I'm just as stressed as you guys are, but we're making it happen the best that we can. There's a reason I gave you 7-day free replay access. Let me just say that again. Free replay access that most are not doing with their events. All right. So I want you all to know that I'm doing the best that I can, but it's not me. It's Facebook. So let's all go send Mark Zuckerberg a little lesson and tell him that he sucks. No, I'm just kidding. Don't tell him that. Now he's going to delete me. All right. Hold on. Is he censoring the video? All right. So I want you to know I'm so sorry. I'm doing the best that I can. And Wi-Fi right now around the world is really crazy. So I'm telling you that it's probably not even on my end, but we're doing the best that we can. And I'm trying to over deliver for you guys. So what time's the panel? 3:15. So it's 3:08 right now. So 9, 10, 7 minutes. And Marissa's going to be live with an incredible panel of branding. So here's what I want you to know. Okay. If you are looking for how to brand yourself on social media, hello, this is definitely the panel for you. Okay. So I'm so excited for all of you. Let me do one more winner. I'm just going to keep giving away a lot of stuff to make you guys all happy. How's that sound? And we'll do another badass calendar. 704-30974. Jenny Norman. Congratulations, Jenny Norman. Whoop, whoop. So excited for you. You won the badass calendar because you need a badass calendar. You know what I mean? All right. We'll see you guys in 6 minutes. Bye.